Nottingham Forest are in a fight to sign Giovanni Reyna from Dortmund, but can they get him over the line? Welcome to your Forest transfer news. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you got some sleep after that 5-hour match. That's what it felt like against Blackpool. But it doesn't matter. It's in the rearview mirror. Why? Because Forest are through and on to Bristol City. And Lyle Taylor come back on loan for a game. Anyway, let's get into this video. Before we do, please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe to Forest Fan TV, and thank you to everyone who downloaded SofaScore yesterday. If you haven't already, it's a free app, best football app on the planet. The link's pinned in the comments, or you can scan the QR code. Now, coming up on today's video, we're going to tell you what's going on with Reyna, really talented young winger. We've got the latest on Divock Origi, who potentially is going to be leaving Forest to go to the MLS. We'll come on to that in just a second. But let's kick it off with Reyna. Now, Reyna has been at Dortmund since like 2020. He's 21 years old. He's a right winger, heavily skillful in my opinion, and can play as a cam and sometimes on the left wing as well. He's not the fastest, but he's more skillful than he is quick, and he's got a decent footballing IQ level to him. And the problem he's got is that Sancho has come back to Dortmund and he's going to default into his position. Now, at Reyna's time at Dortmund, he's played 88 matches and scored 13 goals. He's even a full US international, played 24 games for them and scored 7 goals, and is on the move. Now, the interesting thing about him is his agent, super agent Mendes. And what do we know about him? He's also the agent of our beloved Nuno Santo. So there are some very strong links happening with him. By the way, all these links are on our Twitter page. As soon as we're getting calls on them or messages, they're straight on there. Make sure you're following us on Twitter. It's right there, official FFTV. So the problem I've got with it is a couple of things. One, the price is going to be around £13 million for him, which in this day and age and market, honestly, is not that expensive. At 21, he's going to develop into a really good player, in my opinion, and he's going to get better and better. Now, physically, he's not really all there yet for me. He's 6'1". He's still a little bit kind of, not bulked up, but he will get there. And the jump from the Bundesliga, as I always say to you guys, into the Premier League, it's a jump that I like. I think the two leagues are the most similar out of the 5 or 6 main European leagues that we currently have. And making that change from Bundes across is fine. Look at the players we've signed from the Bundesliga. You could argue they've been our decent signings. You got Taiwo coming from the Bundesliga, Mangala coming from the Bundesliga, and Niakate coming from the Bundesliga. I'm sure there's one or two others, but I'm just highlighting the good ones because it helps my case to get you guys convinced on Reyna. Now, the other major problem and issue I've got with this are there are a couple of other teams in the hunt for him. The two main ones being Aston Villa and Wolverhampton Wanderers. So Forest are going to face some real heavy competition to get this one over the line. But with the agent connection, I think it's something that we could actually push through. Now, if Villa come in hard, obviously Reyna's going to be more interested in that. They've got European football to offer him. I think, will he be cup tied? I don't think he will into the Europa Conference. I think he'll still be okay. One of you lot will tell me in the comments if I'm right or not. But with Villa pushing up anyway in the higher end of the table and looking likely to get another European slot for next season, then that would be quite an attractive offer for him. But is he going to be interested in that? Who's he going to displace in that Villa team on the right-hand side? Is he going to be able to force his way in? Or what does he actually want? Well, the answer to that is he wants more regular first-team football. So coming to Forest would actually fit that criteria because, look, Callum Hudson-Odoi, I think is going to be a great player, but right now he's still not clicking. He looks like he may have got injured yesterday as well. You got Elanga who's out reportedly. I still haven't been able to confirm it until maybe mid-Feb to the end of Feb, something along those lines. So we're already struggling for wingers. MGW out for 2 weeks. I know I don't like him on the wing, but technically he could play there. So this is something Forest need to get over the line and over the line quick. And believe me, this guy is way better than Alejo, man, the other guy we're linked to. So am I in on this? Yes, I am. I think Reyna would be a fantastic signing. For all you FIFA players, do you remember his Future Star card from a couple of years ago? That was a good card as well. But overall, this one would get my nod of approval, but he would be a player that we would need to be patient with. He's not just going to come in and hit the ground running and bang assists and goals. Maybe he will. That'd be fantastic. But in my opinion, he will need a little bit of time to get used to the pace of the Premier League. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, let's move on to our second story, and that is about a potential exit of Divock Origi, who, as you all know, is on loan to Forest from AC Milan and hasn't got the game time under Cooper, and he hasn't really had it under Nuno, albeit that's been down to injury. Although I thought he did look quite good in that first, 20 minutes against Bournemouth. Excuse me. So the story now is that initially Forest were talking about keeping all their loan players because basically we don't want to splash out too much in this window. But what's happened now is there's been interest in Origi from the MLS. Clubs like, who was it again? LA, FC Dallas and Cincinnati are all showing an interest in signing him this window. And of course, that deal would need to be done with AC Milan, not Forest. But at the same time, Forest would then need to agree to terminate his loan contract because he is contracted to us on loan until the end of the season. And this is maybe why we're seeing the stories of Reyna coming through, Alejo and players like that. Because if Origi were to go, I think we should get rid. Because he's on like 120k a week and he's not playing. And look, I still think there's a bit of a player in there, but not for 120k a week, man. That's more than Chris Wood is earning. You know what I'm saying? So I would be okay with this one being terminated. Now, on the flip side, as a replacement, Batman is being linked, Batshuayi, the ex-Chelsea player. And there's talks about getting him on loan. I mean, how many times have we tried to sign this player over the last 18 months? It's getting silly now. And will this be third or fourth time lucky? But there is talks that Forest are looking to do a deal on him, maybe like a loan or a option to buy kind of thing. Still flaky in terms of its connection, but that connection is always there. The other link is Trevor Chalobah, the Chelsea player who Forest tried to sign in the summer, but he rejected Nottingham Forest, hoping for a bigger move. And now he's not got one. He looks like he's going to leave Chelsea in search of pastures new. However, I don't know if I want him if he wanted to reject us in the first place. And secondly, Fulham are the ones making the most noise about bringing him in. So I say go to Fulham, mate. Stay in your West London cottage. I'm good with that. We got Murillo. And then the other interesting story is Nico Williams. Now, Nico Williams, who I'm still not fully 100% convinced of. How can I describe Nico Williams and my relationship at the moment? Every time he plays and plays well, I want to encourage him. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, yes, go Nico, go, you're getting there, you're getting there. But then he'll put in a performance. I didn't think he was great yesterday against Blackpool. However, were many players great against Blackpool yesterday? So I don't know. I'm not against Nico Williams going, is what I'm saying here, because he cost us 17.5 million. My biggest worry about him leaving would be, can we recoup any of the money we splashed out on him, which was 17.5 million pounds, which is a lot when you look back at it and you think, that was a right back, an unproven one who was basically playing for Fulham in the Championship, little bit of time at Liverpool. Yes, he won a Premier League title, but was he really worth 17.5 mil? And the link right now is Feyenoord. We brought you the link to Leeds a week or so ago. That's died down. I don't think Nico will go down a division. But the underlining factor on this whole Nico Williams thing is that Forest aren't really that eager to sell him. So if Feyenoord were to come in, they would need to come in potentially with a decent loan fee whack to it, maybe an obligation to buy, or maybe if they wanted to buy him outright, I think Forest would want to at least match what we spent on him, the 17.5 million, if not try and bump it up to like 20 million. But what do you guys think on Nico? I do think there is a player there, but I still find him a bit frustrating. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And that brings you up to date with your latest Nottingham Forest transfer news. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you haven't done already, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new. And we'll see you on the next video for a match preview, as it turns around very quickly and Forest will go to Brentford on Saturday. Come on, you Reds.